So it's pretty light, right?
It is very light. Hang on, is it real silver? I don't think so. Uh-oh.
Spoiled it already.
Yeah, we'll see. Can we get another one on YouTube?
Every August, two of Madrid's most historic neighborhoods.
Wait.
These guys do a wide array of tostas.
This is the knife that's gonna kill the pig. This is what killing trees.
You come and it's summer, drink horchata.
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama. So I have no idea what you just saw. I asked Carlos to edit something dramatic and celebratory. So that's the magic of editing. You guys saw it before I did, in a manner of speaking.
So we recently hit 100,000 subscribers. So we figured it was about time to sit down and have a chat with you guys and answer a few behind the scenes questions that you've had.
And you sent in a lot of questions, so we're going to get through them. We're going to try and answer all of them. And just also a massive thank you to you guys. The 100,000 people who are subscribers, that is hang on, I've got it written down. 0.00125% of the world's population is a subscriber to Spain Revealed. So how about that? That's a lot of people. That's a big percentage.
That's massive.
0.000. Whatever. So we group the questions together into chapters that kind of track the journey. We've got the beginning.
Are we getting intense?
Probably, yeah. The beginning, ideas and planning, filming, editing and post-production, channel evolution, and the business side. Sounds like Jeopardy. And there were a lot of questions that also came in that had nothing to do with the topic of this video, like the behind the scenes. There were things like, how do I get health insurance in Spain? And can I rent an apartment with a dog? I answered those on Instagram the other day. So if you didn't see them, follow me on Instagram, follow Yoly on Instagram. That's where we do a lot of also giving you guys information about how to explore and Spain. Right, I'm getting wordy.
Yeah, I know.
Where do you think we should hang it?
Bathroom? That would be a classic.
Baby room?
Above our heads?
In the bed?
Yeah.
We have a mirror there normally, but we could, there is a mirror in here.
There is a small mirror.
We'll figure it out. Any ideas where we should hang this? Let us know in the comments. Okay, let's dive in. The beginning. Okay, so question number one is from Lordy Lordy. That's a real name. How did you get started, Lordy Lordy said? So I come from a filmmaking background. My father is a filmmaker, so I've always had that. I used to direct TV commercials, so I always kind of had that. And then coming to Spain, obviously tourism and Yoly and learning about Spain. So connecting these two things was really what it was about. Really. So obviously I was guiding in Spain. And then one day in 2013, way back, we made a video of the Madrid fiestas.
La Paloma.
That was it. And it was the 23rd of August, 2013, upload that video, and then kind of forgot about it. I don't even remember why I did that particular thing in that moment.
What was the push?
No idea. Then we did another one a little bit afterwards, and then it was about 6 months until we did another video, and that was a pig slaughter, a matanza at a village.
Bit controversial, that one.
Bit controversial. That is slightly censored on YouTube. And then about 4 months later, I had a look, and it had all these views, and I was like, oh, maybe there's something here. There was interest in pig slaughters. But then I think it was about another year until we actually filmed another one.
Yeah.
And then it was I think in 2016, one of these, we only filmed one video because I was busy growing Devour, guiding a lot.
Yeah.
But then it was the end of 2018. I wasn't guiding as much in Devour, and I was missing that kind of guiding aspect. So it was the end of 2018 where we really started making regular content and the channel started to grow. Yeah. So question 2, Joaquin said, did you set out to become YouTubers? Did we, Yoly?
No. Actually, I remember that James literally used to say, I am not a YouTuber, I have a YouTube channel. That was it. Which
is funny, right? I mean, I don't know what my thing about, I guess I imagine YouTubers as 16-year-olds doing like makeup tutorials.
Well, do you identify as a YouTuber now?
No, I identify as someone who has a business, and a part of that business is YouTube, all right?
Spain, how about that, guys?
I've started to more move into saying that Spain Revealed is kind of our family business, and YouTube kind of is a driver of that. That's the way I like to think about it. Okay, Navigating Without Borders asked, who were your mentors and how did you find them? Very deep question. This one made me a bit nervous to answer. I was like, oh my God, who were my mentors? For me personally, my father for filmmaking, and also I've spent a lot of time reading and studying story, the notion of how you can tell a good story, what a good rhythm is in a story, what good editing and tension is in a video, all those sort of things.
I think you're forgetting someone.
You?
No. Krzysztof Kieślowski.
Krzysztof Kieślowski, my favorite filmmaker, Polish filmmaker, right? Big deal. Yeah, 3 colors.
Check it out.
Amazing trilogy. But also, there's another side of YouTube when it comes to growing it, which is learning how to grow a YouTube channel. You know, you can't just film anything and throw it up. So if you're looking at growing a YouTube channel, there's an amazing podcast and YouTube channel called Video Creators. I have learned so much from that guy. Tim, his name is, about how to grow a channel. And also the marketing side, which is really, really important. I would say the 2 podcasts are Pat Flynn, Smart Passive Income, and also Amy Porterfield.
How about that, guys? Did you expect this?
Did you expect
I
that?
didn't expect it.
Any mentors for you, Yoly? Apart from me?
Krzysztof Kieślowski.
Krzysztof Kieślowski, famous Polish filmmaker. All right, there were a lot of questions about ideas and how they come to us and all that sort of stuff. And I thought it would be also interesting just beforehand to let you know kind of what each of us does behind the scenes, what our roles are in terms of driving the channel. So
James, yeah, what do you do? So James is really the driver in terms of the ideation, the planning, the filming, and the editing. So James,
do you mean I do all of it?
James does it all, yes. What do I do?
So Yoly, it's amazing what Yoly's doing now is more, I would say, like a producer role, you know, helping in all areas, but particularly when we're planning a video, particularly a travel video, like a Paradores video, it was always very last minute. We'd be getting there and it'd be like, oh, I didn't call that guy, will they let us into the church? So now Yoly, 2 weeks out, will start planning, calling people, should be calling winemakers to get into the vineyards, bishops to get into the cathedrals, everything. So, and then once we're on location in a sense, Yoly has the contacts with all those people, which is massive, and it improves the quality of those videos.
You forgot something again. I crack jokes. When James is stressing out, I'll be the one cracking jokes there to make him relax.
Yeah, Yoly's comic relief, and also Yoly trolls me, if you've ever noticed that. So.
Not at all.
Okay, so next questions. Jose, Des, and Ines asked how we come up with the ideas for our videos, how we decide. And wait, we'll just leave that in. That's how it works.
Why not?
Normally we cut that out. And so how do we come up with the ideas? So I have a really long list of ideas, but what I get is when it comes to the moment of picking one, I'll discount a lot of them and I'll be like, oh, that's no good, that's no good, that's no good, when a lot of them could actually be good. But one of the things that I do want to start doing is on a monthly basis is just sit down just for ideation. Just spend an hour, the two of us, and just kind of, you know, without having to then plan something. And so that will improve it. Okay, related question from Shut Up Hayes, real name, says, has there been a time when you've been kind of stuck without an idea of what to film? Has that happened, Yoly?
I think sometimes what happens is that we're not 100% confident on the idea, but I think it takes shape as we go.
That's true. So Das asked, do we take requests? This is an interesting one, and yes and no. The answer really is yes, but what I've found is a lot of requests are very, very specific.
Very
so
niche, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, could you do a video on how to go into a pharmacy in Madrid? And although that is really, really useful, it needs to be a little broader for a channel that's making, say, one video every 2 weeks, for example. It might be about how to, you know, the neighborhood shops. We try and broaden that a little bit.
Exactly, because I mean, in the end, 0.00125% of the world's population follow us. So.
Yeah. That's a lot of people. Did we mention? So we love the ideas because they tell us where you're stuck, but it might not become literally directly a video on that specific topic.
But keep them coming, please.
Please.
Yeah.
Sarah and Rajiga asked, would you ever consider doing a video in Spanish? How good is your Spanish? So 2 questions there. In that long list of things that I always discard, there is one about doing one in Spanish. I guess I don't know what is it about? Like what? I mean, you let us know. Like just a video just in Spanish. What we talk about?
Yeah.
My Spanish is pretty good. My Spanish is good, but you know, people often say, you know, how long does it take you to get fluent? Like, I don't think you're ever fluent if you move to a country when you're 30. It's a lifelong process. You have to be born really or young into a language to be fluent. So,
I mean, I say you're almost fluent now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Almost fluent. I should do a T-shirt.
Almost fluent.
Okay, next chapter on filming. How does that work? And that, as I say, has evolved over the years. It was sort of more just Yoly filming me, and it was me being, you know, the guy walking around. And then people used to ask for you, so you would get more involved.
More Yoly, they
people
would say.
More Yoly. And the filming these days is probably, what percentage would you say you film versus I film?
Wow, you're filming like 70%, 80%, I would say.
So it's shifted in that direction.
Yeah.
I also find that, you know, some of our filming style used to be more Yoly filming me, and it felt, you know, I'd be walking around in front of the camera, and that felt more like a TV style. It felt a little bit more staid to me. It's more stagey. Yeah. And so I try and film more where it's me holding the camera, filming back to us, which is more of like vloggy style, which feels a little more kind of on the fly, a little more energetic.
Fresher,
less staged.
And then I have an important role of calming James down a little bit as well. He's got this thing when he's in the zone, he'll be saying, "You ready? You ready? You ready?"
Yeah, I do that. In the zone means slightly stressed. So if we're slightly stressed, I'll be like, literally not waiting for Yoly to do anything, but I'll say, "Are you ready?"
Are you ready?
And it's like, I would just like, We're really revealing all the behind the scenes stuff, all our anxieties here. Don, Greg, Julie, Jean, and Nini asked about what camera gear we have. So we film with the Canon M50, that we have a Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens on it. The lens is amazing.
Hi, camera.
We've had that lens since Paradores Ribeira Sacra, and it's fantastic, really improves the quality. The microphone on top is a Rode VideoMic Pro or Video Mic. Had that for about 5 years. Then we have little Rode kind of lapel mics for these ones. We have a gimbal. We have the gimbal, which is the Weebill gimbal.
3 lights for this kind of shoots.
For this setup, a tripod for this. And I should say also that the last video we filmed, the cost of living, we actually filmed a lot of it out and about with the iPhone. I really love the iPhone. Also the snow video we filmed with the iPhone. I love the really wide angle lens. It's wider than this lens, and it just gives
everything.
It's kind of like your field of vision, which I feel is really energetic and I like. So maybe consider doing a few more with the iPhone. We need to get a special microphone for it though, because the noise is a bit muddy and things like that. So anyway, I'm getting intense. Sorry. Next question.
Okay, so Jeff wanted to know, I've always wondered the reason why you and other food vloggers try to eat at so many different places on the same day. Why not combine footage from different days into the same video? Seems like it would be much more enjoyable to relax and enjoy.
Yes, Jeff. So this kind of touched a nerve, this question a little bit, and I appreciate you for the question, Jeff. But particularly that last part, because we are working when we're making a video.
We're not having fun. I mean, we are, but we're not.
Normally we would edit that out because we're like, Yoly, it sounds like we don't enjoy making videos. We do, but you know what I mean. And so, you know, if we go out and shoot, say, 5 tapas bars, that takes us about 4 hours. Boom, 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 boom. Literally 45 minutes in each tapas bar. So if we were to go and relax and we're there for an hour and a half, suddenly that becomes like a, 7.5 hour plus travel, like a 10. We've just doubled plus or more the length of time it takes to shoot. And so we couldn't create as much content then. But Jeff, here's the thing. If we look like we're having fun, we're doing our job, all right? And we are having fun. Just want to clarify that, but you know what we mean. Okay, Yoly, question for you. Bucket Mix Wish, real name. Do you guys constantly try new places to eat in order to find content, or do you already know all the spots in Madrid, Spain? Madrid and Spain.
Well, Madrid we kind of know, and then for other places we have a really good network to ask. So James will ask whether it's in Instagram or on Twitter, and then we do a little bit of research as well, and just TripAdvisor and like Google reviews. But sometimes it goes wrong, right? Sometimes we might think that there's one place that is really, really good, and then we go there, and no, it ain't.
And that's what happened in the Cambados video. We don't make many mistakes, do we?
No.
I think sometimes people say, oh, you're only eating in good places and, you seem to like everything. Well, it's because we're really trying to be careful to go to good places.
Yeah, we are very, very careful with the places we go to, yeah.
We go to the bad places on our spare time. For fun. Jeff. So question from Adventures of a Traveling Don. Very interesting name. This person is starting a YouTube channel, or has a YouTube channel by the looks of it, and is curious about the places that we shoot at. How accommodating are they? What steps we go through to set them up. We call and meet ahead. And it really depends, Yoly, and because you're driving some of the organization, why don't you tackle this one?
Of course. If we go to a place that we know, actually, a lot of people will know and say like, oh, they just welcome us. If we don't know the place, well, it will depend. If it's a restaurant, for example, we have the advantage that the camera is quite small. So it's not like, oh, wow, here these people come to film everything here. So we just play it low key and are very nice. For, museums, churches, then you need permission. You need to make sure that you're gonna go in with your camera and that they're gonna let you film.
It's much more complicated in those places. It gets very bureaucratic, right?
You
need lead time.
You need lead time, because imagine, being allowed to film in the Sigüenza Cathedral. You need to really make sure that you go in there and they're gonna welcome you, not say, hey, didn't you see the sign of not filming?
Actually, the Sigüenza Cathedral, we didn't have permission. We walked in and the guy, the minute we pull out the gimbal and I'm like, came up and said, you can't do that. And for the Paradores videos, particularly because there's a lot of those historical sites, you really need a couple of weeks because, the person who picks up the phone or answers the email often doesn't have permission. You've got to get in touch with so-and-so, but then there's a puente, a long weekend. And then you got to get in touch with the Archbishopric of, Lower Castile, all that sort of stuff. So lead time on the churches and the things. But restaurants, just be nice and be low key and don't film people too much. Don't film the patrons. And so related, going a little deeper, Miss Angelica said, are the shop owners always friendly and willing to let you film? And generally we find that they are. And I think we've evolved the way we approach it over the years.
Yeah.
I always feel a little nervous going in with a camera. Are you ready? You know, at the beginning, we used to say that we were filming a video for my family back home to show them Spain. Once you get like a big gimbal set up and a camera, that doesn't really fly.
Really, no,
They're like, wow, your family has high expectations of you know, the videos you film.
We use myself as well.
Yeah,
my big
Yoli's
smile.
good. Yoli goes in first, you know, to soften them up.
And then we also have two keywords that we
Yeah.
use, right? Promoción turística.
That's key.
That lately it's working quite well.
And always just be aware that you don't want to be filming directly other people. You have to be careful around that.
That's
you know?
important, yeah.
So Dez222, real name, asked, have you found filming in public places and asking for permission, you know, a challenge? Now we've talked about sort of filming in private churches and bars and things like that, but you also have to be a little bit careful in certain places where you just know you're never going to get permission. So when we made our supermarket video, which was actually the video that blew up the channel, that one we shot with an iPhone. We didn't ask for any permission. We were waiting to get kicked out at any moment. We just had a selfie
inquired
stick.
a little bit, actually.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we got in touch with someone
That's right.
from Carrefour.
And they never answered.
They never got back to us.
Yeah, so we
there
just
you go.
went on in. Max J Soul Food and AJ asked if we've ever been kicked out of a place. No, we haven't. Never been kicked out.
Oh.
And the last question of this section was from Charlotte, who said, just lost Charlotte's question here, how many people are in your crew? So we're going to cut to an image now that shows you our biggest shoot so far. No, that is not actually us. How many people are in our crew? You're looking at them. And then
Yeah,
obviously if you
and
include
then of
Carlos
course-
for the editing, but this is us. That's the crew.
Hi, Carlos.
Okay, so the editing process, there was a number of questions about that. Just a brief overview of how that works is that, you know, we shoot the video, then come home, I will sit down and go through all what are called the rushes, or the brutos in Spanish, is all the files. For a video like the one we're shooting right now, this will take about 3 hours, that process, or maybe two and a half. For the Paradores video, it'll take about 8-9 hours for me to go through. So I will go through all the files, I will delete, remove things that I don't want to waste Carlos's time with because it's just bad shots or, you know, whatever. Then I will make notes, structure everything with kind of like my vision for how I see it, and then I will pass everything over to Carlos, and then he will do a first edit. About 10 days later, he'll come back with what's called a previo, which is the first cut, and then we'll usually go up to, you know, we'll give some feedback, and usually the final release video will be the third or maybe the fourth previo, but by the last one, we're doing very few minor tweaks.
Yeah.
That's the overview, and we should obviously take a moment, say hello to Carlos. Carlos, are you there? Are you there? Can you?
Can you hear us?
Hey guys, Carlos here, nice to meet you. I'm the video editor for Spain Rebuilt, and thank you very much for supporting the channel. You are part of this 0.00125% of the human population who is subscribed to Spain Rebuilt. So yeah, I'm gonna pass to James and Yoly, and I wish you are enjoying this video. Whatever, see you later.
So thank you, Carlos,
Thank you,
for that
Carlos.
little interjection there. Jose asked, does Carlos edit every single video? He edits every single video apart from our members' videos. I edit those. Carla asked, I like this question, do you pay Carlos? So we'll cut to Carlos here. Carlos, do we pay you?
Hey, yeah, well, of course they pay me. They pay me with wine and some money to buy more wine. Sometimes it's difficult to be a video editor and watch all the food these guys they are eating all the time and just be there watching it. So back to them.
As I said on Instagram, we're not running a slave ship here. So Carlos is a professional, and professionals
That would be
get
horrible
paid.
not to pay him.
So Jean asked how long it takes to edit the videos. So the entire process is between 1 and 2 weeks approximately. Related, Dewa, I can't say that, Diaware, how
That's embarrassing.
How many hours do you spend on each video? So usually, so Paradores, for example, well, there's 2 days filming there, and then there's days editing and things like that, whereas this for filming takes about an hour to film. So some videos take a lot longer, but I would say there's about a week's work in a Paradores video, and maybe, you know, a couple days in one of these videos, more or less, right? Mm-hmm. Dom asked, how involved in the editing are you? I would say I'm pretty involved. Drive Carlos probably a little bit crazy at times. Because,
Probably too much for Carlos.
yeah, well, I come from a filmmaking background, as
you have
before.
mentioned.
Krzysztof Kieślowski, Polish filmmaker, very famous. So yeah, give Carlos detailed notes, pretty involved, but it works for you, doesn't it, Carlos? You're happy?
It works for everyone.
All right. So Yoly, we kind of touched on this. The channel originally started with Yoly as the guest star. How did you become, maybe I'm the guest star now. How did you become more?
No, I don't think so.
What brought you more in?
Well, literally, people were asking for it. People were saying, we want more Yoly. We want more Yolys.
And also, we recently, about 6 months ago, changed the branding of the channel to include Yoly because we realized, Yoly was more involved and it was just my face on there and that didn't make any sense. You guys are here for our journey, not just my journey, so we needed to put you into the branding. It just makes total sense. This is both of us.
Thank you guys for wanting me.
Yeah. Yoly also trolls me, which Carlos highlights in the editing a lot, so which is good. So Sophie asked, do either of you have other jobs from the YouTube, aside from the YouTube channel? Yoly, what about you?
Well, I used to give flamenco tours here in Madrid, but that's not happening with COVID right now. I do translation work. I am a sworn translator. It's kind of becoming a little bit lighter as we focus in our family business.
The family
Spain
business.
Revealed.
Spain Revealed.
How about you?
I've obviously brainwashed Yoly with the family business Spain Revealed idea. So as well as YouTube, I'm also the COO of Devour, although with COVID that is pretty quiet at the moment. We're running online cooking classes every week, but things are pretty quiet. But we are still working as a small team in Devour, preparing for the return of travel. So that's kind of how we divide our time. Somebody said also, and I believe you are a member, but I can't find the original place where you posted this, and so I don't know your name, and I'm so sorry, but thank you for this amazing question. Don't know if possible, but perhaps the 100,000 video could be about who those people are. Who are the subscribers?
Who are you guys?
So here's a little audience data for you based on the last month. So 73% of the viewers are male and 27% are female, which
What's going on, girls?
Yeah, exactly. I would love more
We want
women.
more of you.
Countries, 25% of the views in the last month were from the USA, 17% was Spain,
Wow.
13% from the UK, and 4% from Canada. And you can also see that the largest age group of watchers, the biggest chunk is 25 to 34-year-olds. All right, so
Younger than us.
Yeah, which is nice. You're keeping us young. So Raquel asked, how do you market it to grow your base? So we don't market the YouTube channel as such. YouTube takes care of that for you. If you make good videos, your channel will grow.
Yeah.
C-Pop said, do you have to deal with any kind of censorship? Just the pig slaughter video gets censored a little bit. Like when I say censored, it's not suitable for all advertising or something like that.
Yeah.
Did we ever think the channel would get so big? That was from CBFZ17, real name.
It's happened very naturally. We never really planned, as we say, to become YouTubers or anything like that. So it's become a bit of a surprise. Although, of course, from 2018, we've been working more at it, so I guess that we have certain expectations, right?
Yeah. Liam said, my question would be, for all the positives, what are the negatives that your channel brings? I guess, as it grows and as your profile grows, one thing I've started to feel a little social media overwhelm. I've made a flip only the last couple of weeks, actually, that for Instagram, I have a specific time during the day where I will use it to post. And so using it more as a tool, and then when I'm not using it, I will log it out, and I've hidden it off my home screen.
For me, I feel a bit of like our privacy has gone a little bit out the window, and especially now with our little project here, I think we need to make a lot of decisions about, are we going to show the baby? How much are we going to show the baby? How, it's all of these decisions need to be made. We need to do a little bit of reading as well, because it will basically be, if we show her, there's no, consent from her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Irma said, is there a video that you dream to make but haven't been able to because of a lack of time or resources? I would love to do a video of where we just like a series where we just like travel Spain for a year, and each week we go to a new festival.
Ole.
And that is, I had this idea of a book of like 52 festivals, and it's a whole year of travel, and each week there's a new village.
So it's book and video.
Village fest, yeah, it's a whole campaign.
I dream of a video of the beaches of Cadiz, spiced up with flamenco parties. Almost every night. Not every night, but almost every night.
Neither of these videos feels very baby compatible, right? It will also have to be a video of a year of childcare. So, so Joe asked, is YouTube now your main source of income? And what video was your breakout video that propelled you to the heights of success in which we now exist? He didn't actually say that. He just said propelled your channel. Main source of income, particularly with COVID and how that's impacted on Devour. Yes. A big main source of income for us. And I didn't actually know what the video was that propelled us. I went back and looked at our stats for the entire channel history, and I knew the supermarket video was popular, but I didn't realize that there was a before and after, and there really was.
There was,
massively. So it was really the supermarket video. So brown trout fisherman, real name.
Real name.
Lives and times change. It's poetic, this one. Especially in 2020, 2021. So how will you adapt to the new normal and
How many 20s was there?
All of them.
2020.
2020, 2020, 2020. It feels like that, right? And and how you adapt to the new normal and grow and diversify your business. Well, we're already doing it, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, this is it, really. You know, the family business called
business.
Spain Revealed.
So we have as we might have mentioned, we have a course, an online course coming out soon, a beta launch happening soon, which is to help people to move to Spain. And so that's something that I'm super excited about. We're working on it together.
Yeah.
And so that and just other areas, you know, diversifying a little out of tourism, although super excited because tourism is going to return.
He's coming back, certainly.
But this drove us a little bit that direction.
Yeah.
Wong SLG said, how do you differentiate this channel and your Devour Tours work? It's always been a real struggle, actually. Not just more in terms of time, the amount of time to dedicate to both, because obviously both are or can be full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to juggle pre-pandemic. It's been a little easier during the pandemic because there's less work at Devour.
Yeah.
But it's hard, you know, and I think that what I've done is learn to embrace the fact that a lot of people discovered Devour or have discovered Devour through the videos. So in a sense, when I'm working those videos, I'm also working for Devour in a way of speaking.
Same for me, actually, with the flamenco tours. I mean, more and more clients of mine would have discovered us and discovered my flamenco tours through YouTube. So there you go.
Noah said, do you dedicate more time to the channel, Devour, or 50-50? And I would say previously it was 75% Devour, 25% the channel, and right now it's probably more about 50-50, oh no, higher, like 60-40, to Spain Revealed 60, Devour 40. Noah also asked, what was the main intention of the channel early on to attract an audience to Devour Tours? Not at all, that was just an impact that we started to see.
Yeah.
Nicholas said, how many hours a week do you spend on YouTube? Right now, I would say, 20, 25. Probably. Monica also asked, why did you decide to cover travels outside of Spain? I assume this means like the Paris video or the Lisbon video. That was because we were launching Devour in those places, and I was like, well, I'm going to make a video. I've seen other blogs that might be specific to a thing, but they do like a branch off, video. But they were really done to really promote those launches for Devour. That was a key aspect there. And so Gaz asked, do you or Yoly partake on any of the tours? So not Devour.
No,
anymore.
not Devour tours, but my own tours, of course. I was the only one operating them.
The only one partaking, apart from the clients.
The only one partaking. I don't know when those will be back, but looking forward to that.
And so, Hannah, if you could go back and do anything differently, what would you have done? What would you have done, Yoly?
Ooh. I think I would have been a little bit more courageous about being in front of the camera. Just a little bit earlier. Why not?
I wish I'd kept up and been making more videos over that time, even if it was just once a month.
But then again, we were focusing on other things and
true.
developing Devour, my tours, my translations. So
the last question is about the future from Steve G. Says, tour business that will return, YouTube channel, baby, can you do it all? Will you do it all?
I don't think so.
Who knows? Keep watching and find out. All right. Thank you guys. And for those of you who don't know, as well as sending out these YouTube videos, making these videos, I also send out an email about kind of what's happening in Spain, what's happening in our life every couple of weeks. So I'm going to put a link down below where you can sign up to the mailing list and get those emails. And we try and keep them interesting for people who love Spain. And so we're going to go and hang this somewhere in the bathroom, above the bed.
We'll see.
Somewhere. Ciao.